Hey, what's going on, guys? It's zTizzle, and today I'm going to be doing a very late, but finally, I'm doing it, my last episode of my Titanfall Beta gameplay, because the beta ended quite a while ago. It ended maybe a couple weeks ago, at least a week ago. But I'm doing this video to wrap up my impressions of the beta, and just tell you what I think of the game so far. So, first thing I wanted to talk about are the game modes of the beta. The game modes, they were neat. I liked them. The main one that I was playing was, I think it was called Attrition. It was the Team Deathmatch one. But there was also a Domination game mode that I played a little bit. I just didn't play it that much because I didn't really like it, because it seemed like my team lost just about every time that I played it because my team was bad in Domination. I don't know why, but I seemed to have better luck in Team Deathmatch, and I just kind of liked it better because it was more basic. It was just kill people. And there was also, I didn't play it any, but there was a game mode that was all Titans, I think. And I bet that was pretty neat. It sounds pretty neat. And it was like the last Titan standing wins, so that's pretty cool. The next thing I wanted to talk about are the guns in the game. They seemed balanced. There were 4 different guns, I believe. There was the assault rifle, the submachine gun, the shotgun, and the smart pistol. And I'll talk about the smart pistol in just a little bit, but they all seemed pretty balanced. The time to kill on them felt good. Of course, there were limited attachments and customization of the guns, but that was just because it was a beta. I'm sure there will be a lot more in the full game. But the smart pistol, what I wanted to say about it, it was interesting. If you don't know what it was, what it is, it's a lock-on pistol, and you lock onto someone, and you just click the mouse once, and it shoots all the shots needed to kill them. You can shoot it. You can just free shoot it, I guess. Like, what am I trying to say? Not lock on with it. You can free fire it, I guess. But it worked better if you locked on, but you had to be pretty close to him to lock on with it. So it really wasn't as overpowered as it sounds. You had to be really close to him, and you had to keep your sights pretty much right on him, because if you didn't, if they were moving around, it was hard. And if they got out of your view, then you'd have to restart the lock on. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was the parkour and the wall running. And I just thought that was really neat. It was a completely new aspect to the game, completely different than something like Call of Duty, where it's more just like 1 or 2 levels where you could maybe just go up into like the 2nd floor of a building at most. But in this game, you really didn't know where to expect people from, and people didn't know where to expect you from, because you could run up a wall and get on top of a building and shoot people from there, or you could just be on the ground shooting people, or you could be in a window. It added a whole new aspect to the first-person shooter game, I guess, because you could move around so much. And there was also the double jump, which was really neat. And I really did like that there was no fall damage. That was another thing. You could just jump off the top of a building and you wouldn't take any damage. That was just nice. It's kind of like Borderlands too. It was just nice and handy, I guess. Another thing that I wanted to talk about are the bots, or the minions as they were called. I really, really liked these. It was interesting because they were basically like recruit bots in Black Ops 1. They were just easy to kill. You could say they had no gun skill, if you really wanted to. There were the grunts and specters. The grunts were like regular soldiers, and the specters were like robots. And the specters you could actually hack and make them go to your own team. So that was really neat, I thought. And it was just nice for like players. It made the game more fast-paced, because instead of just like, I think 5 people were on each team, it's 5 or 6. It may have been 6, I don't know. But anyway, instead of just 5 or 6 people being on each team, it was 5 or 6 people plus all of the bots. And there was a perk that let you see where all the bots are on the map, and I always ran that, and it was so nice because you could see exactly where all the enemy bots were, if there was some coming up behind you, and it just made killing them a lot easier, and it was just really nice. The next thing I want to talk about are Well, actually, with the bots, it was nice because if you were a bad player, it was an easy enemy that you could kill and get points for and help out your team with. The next thing I wanted to talk about, and I'll talk about it, are the main part of the game, basically, the Titans. And at first I thought they would be overpowered. I thought they'd give the player an unfair advantage, but they really don't do that much. They give you a lot more power on the battlefield, and if you're the first one to get one, then you can really kind of go ham with it. But it's nice because everyone, even if you're the worst player ever, you get a Titan because it's determined. If you didn't know, it's determined by the amount of time that you. It's determined by a countdown timer. I mean, rather than by how many kills you get. But if you're a good player and you get a lot of kills, then that makes the timer go down faster. So it's really nice. It works itself out really good because that way everybody gets one, but the good players get them faster. And another thing is, once the full game comes out, there are going to be multiple types of Titans. At the moment of the beta, there was only one Titan. It was called the Atlas, but there are going to be other ones such as the Ogre, and they're going to be completely different. Like, the one thing that's going to be different about them is the execution. I'm going to be talking about the execution a little bit, but like everything about the different, I guess, classes of Titans is going to be different. So, with the executions, I thought this was a really neat aspect to the game. It wasn't necessary by any means, but it was really nice that that the developers added this because it was just a really neat aspect to the game. It was something new. I mean, the entire concept of the Titan was new, but it was new, and like they didn't have to add it, but they did, and it made it really neat. And like just ripping someone out of their Titan is just awesome. So another thing, I'm almost about to run out of time here, but another thing is in the first game, the training level, it was very full and thorough, and it taught you everything you needed to know. I just wanted to point that out, and I thought that was really good of the developers. Another thing were the burn cards. They were really neat. One thing is, I did find myself forgetting to use them, but if you played the game more, you'd remember to use them, and you would be able to use them more often and use them more to your advantage. Another thing is the melee. I thought it may have been a bit overpowered. It was like, it felt really good to melee someone, but it felt really bad to be meleeed by someone. It was really awesome though, because you like you jump kicked someone, but it just, I don't know, it just seemed kind of overpowered. And the last thing that I want to touch on is, as you know, I played the game on PC, and the graphics, they were just fantastic. I played the game on almost maxed out. I had the anti-aliasing turned down a little bit, but I thought the graphics were fantastic. It looked amazing. It just looked really, really good. So that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to be getting this game. I can't decide if I want to get it for PC, because I really liked playing it on PC, but I'd also like to get it on 360. I don't know. I'm going to be deciding that later, though. But thank you guys for watching, and comment, rate, and subscribe for more.